So, I forgot that Fred Willard was in this movie. He recently passed away like a week ago or so. It caught me off guard. I was sitting there watching it. When he popped up, I'm like, oh, shit. I totally forgot he was in this. So, rest in peace, Fred Willard. And now, yo, it's the ESCOTT, and I'm back with my review of the 2003 film, American Wedding. Yes. Okay, so, yeah, like I said, this is the one I watched before all the other ones. And I'm telling you, watching this in a marathon with the other two, it connects pretty well. The only problem is that, not problem, but the difference is, there are several characters that aren't in this one for some reason. No Oz, no Vicky, no Heather, no Jessica. Stifler's mom still shows up at the ending. Even the little brother Matt, he's not in this. And it's really weird watching like all three in a marathon, and then this one, it's just like, and out of the 4 theatrical versions, it does feel like the other one out, because it's the only one without these characters in it, because they returned for the reunion one, which I wasn't expecting. I remember when they announced it, I'm like, oh, okay. And then they started showing everyone was coming back. I'm like, oh, okay, definitely reunion. But yeah, the wedding. So, Jim proposes to Michelle, but not before they do a gag where she thinks he's going to ask for a BJ, so she gets underneath the table. Then the dad shows up, of course, because we got to begin every one of these movies with a gag. And yeah, it's weird. You know, and it's like, oh, let's go for a walk, and pulls him up, and his pants fall down. Then he proposes to her, she says yes. And yeah, so like I said, Stifler actually gets a love interest in this, and it's a competition between him and Finch. And the thing is that he starts acting like a proper gentleman, and Finch is acting like the asshole, so they switched. And they're after Michelle's sister Cadence, which I forgot was played by January Jones. I was like, oh, hey, January Jones. Forgot she was in this. One of the best characters in this movie is actually Eric Allen Kramer's Mr. Belvedere. At least that's what he calls himself. He's this guy they meet at a alternative dance club, we'll call it. He's a homosexual character. And he and Stifler have a dance-off, and he ends up helping them with the bachelor party, and eventually helping Stifler in the end. We'll get to that, but the one thing I'm going to say is that Stifler has a story arc in this film that is basically his character growing up. Although they ignore that with Reunion. We'll get to that eventually. It's going to be the last one I do, so, because I'm going to do the direct-to-video ones next. We'll start tomorrow, because I'm done today. But yeah, because I was saying this when I was watching, I'm like, oh, okay, so he has a story here, and I'm like, wait a minute. But they erase this for a similar kind of story. I mean, it's not about a woman in Reunion, but it's just another growing up story. Anyway, I don't know why I keep freaking yawning. I wasn't yawning. I didn't feel like yawning before I should. See, I hate that. Before the video, I'm fine. As soon as I start Get it together. Before the video, I'm fine. But as soon as I start the video, yawn, right? Blah. Anyway, I like how Jim calls out in this movie that bad things are always happening to him. And I'm watching and he goes, why do bad things always happen to me? And I went, because they keep making these movies? Basically what it is. So there are a couple of problems in this movie that could have been solved if there was communication. So the guy set up the bachelor party, but Jim told them he was taking Michelle's parents out for dinner, but instead he planned a dinner at the house. If Jim had told him, "Hey, we can't do my bachelor party because we're gonna have a dinner at my house," that would have been saved. Also, later, Stifler actually accidentally feeds the wedding ring to the dogs, but decides not to tell anyone about it. If he had, he could possibly, Cadence was right there, he'd be like, he even goes, shit. She's like, what? He's like, if he had just said, I think I accidentally fed the wedding ring to the dogs, she'd be like, what? He's like, I need your help. That would have been better, but he decides not to. I know, it's the Stifler thing. He's the lone wolf. He does things by himself, but I think if people only tell people things, it would have gone a little bit better. Also, okay, let's talk about this little twist at the end, right? So, Jim's grandmother was a cranky old bitch in a wheelchair. She's thrown into a closet by the MILF dudes. And the MILF guys, the guys always say MILF in every movie. John Cho and some other guy. And so there's this thing where Stifler and Cadence are going to go to meet together in a hall closet. And he has to go to a meeting, so he said, I'll meet you in 10 minutes. And he runs off. And so they don't show us till after he's already in the closet that it's not going to be Cadence because she gets stopped by her mom. Why wait so long? I'm sitting there watching him going, wait, when are they going to tell, when are they going to, because I remember there was a part where she stopped and I'm like, why is it that late? He's already in there and getting the nasty when it happens. For me, because it doesn't make any sense. As she said, or he said 10 minutes, I mean, she should have already been in the hall closet. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, so it's the wrong closet. But no, she's not even there yet. And I'm just like, well, why is it taking her so long? He said 10 minutes. For all intents and purposes, if I was told, hey, as long as it wasn't a joke, hey, I'll meet you in the closet in 10 minutes, I'd be waiting there. Because that's what they said. But she's not making her way to the closet till this point. And yes, we find out it's Jim's grandmother he's doing and the old lady stuff. But yeah, I just don't think that was handled right. I think they could have done it better. She should have been in a different closet waiting for him, and then, or what would a better gag would be is not show that it's the grandma. Not yet. Wait. Think he had the sexy time with Cadence and then left, not knowing, not seeing anything. And then she comes up to him at the wedding as they're getting ready to set up and she goes, I'm sorry I wasn't able to make it to our meeting. And he'd be like, what? She didn't make it, who was it? And then just turn to the grandma and she goes like this. That would have been a better payoff for the joke. But they, you blew it! Is that a sound they will say. But, yeah, and there's this, I feel like every one of these movies has a middle part where something goes wrong. There's some kind of hijinks. In the first film, it was the fuck, what was it? I can't remember. I watched them today, damn it. What was it? Oh, in the first one, it was the whole, what is her name? Shannon Elizabeth's character. I forget her name. It was that whole thing with the dance and everything. In the second film, it was the lesbian, not lesbian thing. And in this one, it's a thing with strippers. And Finch covered in chocolate, and it's the bachelor party that Jim's not even there, so I don't know why they're even having a bachelor party, and then, all that stuff, and they get away with it, though. Yeah. My favorite part of that is Fred Willard, though, because the part where, because the thing is, they have the strippers, and they, clean everything up. And then the stripper dressed as the maid, comes out and just it's like, it's hot in here. She takes her clothes off and takes her top off. And then Fitz comes in to save the day and is just like, oh, you're not in Eastern Europe anymore. You can't do that. And covers it. The funny part is Fred Willard, when this happens, he pulls out his spectacles and puts them on. He's like, she's like, Harold! Him and Eugene Levy, they're good at that kind of, he just puts them on, and she looks over, Harold! Takes them off. I love that. Every movie, every one of these, Eugene Levy gives a speech. This one is actually to Michelle, because she needs the help with this, having the courage to go through this and everything. Okay, so Stifler's arc is that in thinking he's going to have sexy time with Cadence, he goes into the play, he goes in to get some wine, and the flowers are in the same area, and he's flipping switches, and he turns off the refrigeration so they get overheated. And that's when the shit goes downhill for him, and he decides he's got to change things. So he gets Mr. Belvedere to help and redo the flowers and everything, and make it up to Jim, and be better. And this helps him become a better person. But they ruin that with American Reunion, and I still want to watch it next, just to kind of finish off the main franchises. But I'm doing by release order. So, but yeah, I don't think I really cared for American Reunion all that well, to be honest. Because I think maybe it's just not the same. And if they're going to go a route with making more American Pie movies, I think they should stick to the direct-to-video spin-off format. Because they can have many different characters and different stories, and they don't have to continue with these. And I'll get to why I don't really care for that one when I get to it. But, yeah. And yeah, they get married. What else can I say? And Jim can dance, because that was the thing. Okay, I forgot to mention this. After the gay bar incident, Stifler's hand-delivered a letter from, because he's like a gym teacher or a football coach, I think. And he's hand-delivered a letter, and he meets up with Jim, and the first thing he said is, he's like, teach me to dance like you did in the gay bar. Just the look on his face. He's like, what? I don't know how to word it. But yeah, this movie's pretty good. I'm going to give it a 7 like I did the last one, because it's still pretty good. It's one I prefer over 2, actually. But yeah, it's actually pretty good. Not much bad things about it. I really enjoy it. The dancing sequences and stuff, the comedy is good. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on American Wedding? Let me know in the comments below. like, share, and subscribe. I've been Scotty. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. See you in the next one. Whatever.